thanks very
Thank
much
you.
for joining us at Football Scotland. Really looking forward to speaking to you about your time at Celtic. You're still very highly regarded by the fans, as I'm sure you'll be aware. But first of all, how are you enjoying your life in Germany? You are currently playing for, now I hope I get the pronunciation correct, Eintracht Braunschweig, on loan from Udinese.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I hope I got the pronunciation correct there. And I know you've just recently returned from injury too. So how are you enjoying your football?
Yeah, so far it's been great. Before I was coming here, I haven't played for some while. For some time, and it was important for me to come somewhere where I will play and try to get back on the track. You know what I mean? And no, really, since day one, everything has been positive, and the club is great. So uh, I can say only positive things so far.
Great, that's great to hear. I was looking at your stats earlier, and I see that they've lost just 3 games when you've started. So it shows that you're making a big impact there as well. And obviously, I'm glad to hear that you're back fit and playing on a regular basis. Now, obviously, I want to talk about your time at Celtic and working with Brendan Rodgers as well. So, let's just take it back to the start, Philip. And when you first joined Celtic, how excited were you to join the club on loan in 2018, and what did you know about Celtic?
Yeah, now when I look from this point, it's been now some while from back then. Every 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 person who asked me about my time there, I was saying that was probably the best year of my football career so far. At that time, and yeah, basically. Since first day in Celtic, I could see how big the club is and everything around the club, the dressing room, everything. It's been first class, first class.
Yeah, you quickly became a fan's favourite at Celtic Park as well. What was it like playing in front of 60,000 Celtic supporters?
That was incredible. This is something you cannot. It's difficult to describe. You have to. Uh, you have to live. You have to be in that moment to to feel that. It was something special because the fans were they were living throughout our season. With us as a 12th player, and it was something unbelievable. This is why I play football personally, because of fans. This is something always been special to me, and especially if you win, and then to share those moments between and that it's priceless. This is priceless for me.
Yeah, you featured heavily during the first half of the campaign, and I recall that you started in the 2-1 win over, it was a Europa League win over RB Leipzig. What was that atmosphere like? Was it the best you've experienced in football so far?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, there was atmosphere that was the best I experienced because 60,000 people, especially European nights, that was always something special, and you get those goosebumps, once you step on the pitch before the match when you are in the tunnel, it makes you so motivated, and you think in your head, oh, this is why we play football, and you hear you never walk alone before the game. It's unbelievable.
Is there something special, like you say, playing under the floodlights at Celtic Park on a match night as opposed to a match day? What did you prefer?
At Celtic Park, it's difficult to say, but for me, uh, European nights were special ones. European nights were special ones, and so I have to go for European nights.
Yeah, I mean, other massive games in Celtic season always involve Rangers as well, and unfortunately, I think you played in one game against Rangers and unfortunately ended in a 1-0 defeat at Ibrox. What was that experience like?
Yeah, there is a big rivalry between them, and you can feel it, a week before, 2 weeks before, that this game is coming close, and that's always a good for football, good for the league, and those games you are always more sharp, more like, oh, I don't want to let them win. So yeah, unfortunately we lost that 1-0 away game, and but you can see how much it means to the fans, those games, and especially if you win, then you feel that that big game was something more, so.
What was it like building up to these games? Obviously, players like Scott Brown and Kieran Tierney in the dressing room who knew all about the rivalry. Did they psych the players up? What role did they play?
Yeah, Brune was always the main man in the dressing room, on and off the pitch. I can say about him only positive stuff, and this is one incredible person, first of all, and then leader on the pitch. Like it says, captain, leader, legend. When it's been last game of him in Celtic. So, but yeah, there was always experienced players who told us a little bit more, when we came to Celtic about those kind of games. Bruni, Lustig, and Calum McGregor, Kieran Tierney. So for them, that was special game, and then they gave that feeling to us, to think the same. So we were everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Did you ever speak to your kind of Croatian fellow Croatian countryman Borna Barisic at Rangers before or after the game? Was there any banter between you, or did you have a friendship out with football?
Yeah, there is always bantering, and not only with them, now you gave an example, but in football, always in the dressing room, you have to have this bantering, because it keeps the team spirit and everything positive stuff around the team. But yeah, with them. We haven't talked before game much, We would talk after the game, and of course, you before you would meet them, you would your teammates in the national team, I mean, now I'm not in the national team, but you are talking about those games, when you were there, so it's normal stuff,
Yeah. Now, you sadly suffered an injury shortly after the turn of the year, which kept you out of action for around 2 or 3 months. And by the time you had returned, Christopher Ajer and Jozo Simonovic were the kind of first choice partnership. How frustrated were you by that injury at the time?
Yeah, for me it was frustrated because I started playing regularly. First half of the season I played so many games, and in and out. So it was pity, and I was angry and stuff, because when I always want to go through that, and over the pain and this push, and then I myself twice as I should, make bigger problems that it should be, and yeah, it was disappointed, but that's part of the football, you have to deal with it. It makes you stronger in the head, and after that, your character is different, and you build yourself in that time, like a person, because you can spend that time to grow personally, which I think I did in the last 2-3 years. I think I made it a step in my personal way and way of thinking, and to use every difficult situation as a moment to become better, on different parts of the different parts, just not just football wise, outside of football. So.
Ironically, obviously, the man who brought you to Celtic, Brendan Rodgers, left midway through the season for Leicester City, and you were obviously injured at the time as well. That must have been a really, really strange situation for you, knowing that he would be your manager at your parent club in the summer. How did you feel about Brendan's departure at the time?
Obviously, at that moment when he left to Leicester, it was. I myself, in my mind, it was like, it's good, because I'm coming back probably at the end of the season, and then he knows me, and everything can be positive, very good, for me. But at the end of the season, I was having this injury. I was coming back, played a couple of games, then international team break came. Some players said that they couldn't play, so I went there. I pushed too much, and then I came to the preseason injured. So that was my fault. That was my fault from the beginning, because I came to preseason not ready, and some of the other guys, for example, Soyuncu got a chance. He took it. He played once that season good, and I needed time to have a preseason after them. So how it is in football. If you're not here when I need you, comes another, and then you have to deal with it, in a different way, more difficult way, and then fighting back. I was always fighting back, fighting, but it was not that time. It was not as I expected. It will be, but that's football. Football makes different kind of stories.
Yeah. What was your relationship like with Brendan, both at Celtic and at Leicester?
It was always good. It was, I would say, it was good relationship. We talked on and off the pitch. I think it was respect from both sides, because I respected him as a manager, because he's a great manager, and he did lots of great achievements during his career. So. It was good, really. Yeah, it was a good relationship. Sometimes I was hard to deal with it, and I was hard to deal with. How you say deal with? To talk. So that was my fault. At some moments, because there has been some moments in during last 3-4 years where. I had, I could have communicate some stuff better, express myself better on and off the pitch. So, yeah, but you cannot bring back those moments. You cannot bring back those moments. You can just build up from now where you are, and to go. Yeah. Step by step again, because me personally, I'm a warrior. There is no give up in my mind. This is not an option. This is not existing. So I'm now looking from this where I am now, looking for the future, for this moment, for the present, and then building, giving it my everything to come back.
Yeah, it's all part of the journey and the learning curve, Phil, as you kind of said. Now, obviously, another manager took over, Neil Lennon. He replaced Brendan in February. I think it was 2019. How did you get on with Neil Lennon? I think you only managed to start 2 games when he came in as manager, although you kind of touched upon that you were injured some points in the season. Do you what was your relationship like with him? Did you feel that he deserved maybe a bit more game time?
No, it was a good relationship with Neil because, like I'm telling, also with Brandon, it's uh, them two are great managers. When I was when I was under them, and it was just that part, when you get some bigger injury and then you want to push maybe sooner than you should, and then you are here, you're here, you play, you don't play then. And I was in that circle where I killed myself, and it's not blame of any of them at that moment. It was just my way of doing some things which was maybe probably, I could handle it better, and so I take all responsibility for that. Not playing in that moments that you mentioned. So
Yeah.
only on me. So.
Now, obviously, you left Celtic having, you talk about the injuries, which are obviously a hard point in your career, but there was obviously lots of positive and great memories made at Celtic as well, and one of which was helping the club to a famous treble treble. What was the highlight from your time in Glasgow?
Yeah, I would say, this has to be highlights, and then and sugar on the cake, I would say, the big treble, and it's really honored to be part of that historic result of the club. I sometimes I cannot explain to the people how much I enjoy being there in that club, because it was an incredible achievement. You play home 60,000, you go away 15,000. Cannot explain. It's people. I'm just a little bit not sad, but disappointed that we couldn't celebrate the trophy when we lifted, in the city.
Yeah, the open bus top the parade, in Glasgow city centre.
I was talking to Kieran Tierney. Me and him are little bit, with the fun. We like fun, this kind of pyro show and those kind of stuff. I love that, because when I was a kid, I was always in the stands, in the stand where is ultras, So I love that. And we were talking about, come on, let's go in the city. We have to feel that, because we saw the videos and the photos back then. It was crazy. And yeah, so the highlights would be that treble with the club. It's a special memory in my career.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you talk about how much you loved your time at Celtic. Did you consider, or was there even an option to extend your stay at Celtic, or was your plan always to return to Leicester City?
Yes. So after my year there, for me personally, was always an option to stay in the club. For me personally, because I felt it there I felt it there like a home, and but how is it in football? So many things has to fail together, to make something happen. So if you ask me back then, yes, I said that I am to stay there, and many times, many times, but so many other things has to between clubs. That's why football is a special game.
Yeah. Was there interest from Celtic in extending your loan deal? Obviously, you cost a lot of money when Leicester City signed you, so that would probably be out with Celtic's price range. But Did Neil Lennon talk to you about ever coming back for the following season?
Yeah, I haven't spoke directly with the coach. Actually, yeah, we had some conversation. Like, it's a long time, to remember exactly. It's difficult to say everything that happened correctly, but I think from both sides was interest to stay there.
Now,
I know from my side was.
yeah. Now, also, you were linked with a return to Celtic in January 2021 as well, when you were at Leicester. Was there any truth in those rumours, and would you have been interested?
I don't know. It's difficult to say this.
I think Brendan and John Kennedy were both on record talking about the possibility of you returning to Celtic in January 2021.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Yeah. But like I said, it's if you ask me in those situations, I was always I say straight away yes, because it's not just, I'm not saying this just to say this like how you say this, floskula is like something just to say, but no, I was meaning that, and for me that was the option that I would go for all day long.
Yeah.
So, but in football, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not.
Yeah. Now, do you still follow Celtic's results?
Yeah, of course.
What have you been able to watch the team under Ange Postecoglou?
Yeah, I watched a couple of games.
How do you enjoy the football? What do you think of the team at the moment? Obviously, they are on the verge of, they've already won the Viaplay Cup. They're on the verge of winning the title, and they've got a massive Scottish Cup semi-final against Rangers this weekend, which if they win, they could almost certainly win the treble. What do you think about the team just now?
Yeah, I think the team is doing very well. Obviously they are playing very aggressive and attacking football. It's so, and the atmosphere of the club and everything between fans and the team, it's positive. I can see this, which is very important to make a good result. And to make a good result in the season. And I'm hoping now. I'm hoping they're gonna win the big three trophies. So I'm gonna watch it for sure and support it as always.
Yeah. Now, there aren't many players still at the club from your time at Celtic, although one of them is Calum McGregor, who's now the captain. Did you always think that he would go on to replace Scott Brown as the club captain?
Yeah, I could say that, because Callum is in and out Celtic blood. How you say, in and out? Yeah, so he was. You could see how much it meant for him to play there. So it's a logic step for once Bruni finished his time at Celtic, that you give the captain band to Callum, because he's first class as a guy and top player.
Yeah. Who was the best player that you played with at Celtic? Could you pick one?
It's difficult to say now. Don't put me in that position, because
I've spoken to several former players around your era, and Tom Rodgers is the name that always pops up as the most gifted player.
most gifted. Yeah, I would say most gifted player was he always had something special in his pocket to deliver.
Yeah. And what about your toughest opponent in Scottish football? Was there any Rangers players that you maybe had you felt were the toughest opponent you played against?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't tell anybody specific, because there was good players there, because the league is physically strong, so you have to always fight with some strikers, tall strikers, physically strong or small and also strong. So I wouldn't say, I can't say now a one player.
Yeah. And final question, Philip. Obviously, what are your plans for the future? Would you like to return to Celtic one day?
But yeah, you never know in football. Now, from my side, now I'm here in Germany, and I'm enjoying playing football for this club, because this club gave me opportunity to come back to football, to be playing again. So I'm so grateful for them to believe in me, because when at that moment not many clubs did. In the last summer, because after you don't play 2 years, not so many clubs want to see, don't look at you that much, So I appreciate that here, and I just want to now, first of all, focus on the remaining games, and to give everything and try to help the team as much as I can on and off the pitch, because I think also with this side of to push the team with talking, and to bring them that belief, so that we are a good team, and also challenging myself in that, to try to be to help outside of football as well, on and off the pitch. So yeah, that's my plan, to give everything here, and then we'll see after that, when it comes to that, to sit, and we have to see what was the plan.
Yeah, it sounds like you're at a great club, Philip, who've obviously given you opportunity, and it's great to see that you're doing well there as well. So to me, that sounds like a good time to round off our chat. So listen, thanks very much for your time, Philip, and I just want to wish you the very best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.